Okay, so fine everyone. I think I'm audible and visible to all of you. So we are going to start a class in some time. Yeah. Am I audible to all of you guys? Okay, fine everyone. So let's start with the class. So I will be taking class for 1 hour today. So till 8 o'clock because I have to leave bit early because there is some like a pre-scheduled family function which is there. So yeah, obviously tomorrow I'll be taking like a class for 2 hours, but yeah, today so 1 hour. So quickly, I'm going to share my screen, guys, and let's start talking about a chapter called as Pandas. So as per your syllabus, so we are going to talk about a Pandas. So Pandas is basically a very, very sophisticated library, I would say, which is going to help you out in so many things, not just in one thing, especially with respect to structured data, a data where you can try to represent things in a tabular format, and then you will be able to write a Pandas query, or you can say a Pandas logic, and with the help of that you will be able to do so many things with respect to a data set. So technically, with respect to a machine learning, so we are going to perform a lot of EDA operation, exploratory data analysis operation. So this is where this Pandas library will come into picture. After Pandas, we'll be talking about NumPy, probably tomorrow. Right, Pandas again. I'm not going to finish Pandas today, so maybe Pandas will take a lot of time even tomorrow. And then we are going to start with NumPy, which is again going to help you out with the data manipulation and numerical data handling. And then we will be talking about a library, so which is going to help us out in terms of plotting a different kind of a graph where I will be able to get a different sort of a analytics. So I'm already sharing my screen. Let me open up my VS Code so that we can start doing a coding. So let me create a new folder for you. And like I said, so today till 8 o'clock, I'm going to take a class because I have to leave bit early because of a family pressure. I believe you all can understand that part. So Pandas lecture AI ML. Uh, AI ML, let me write it down. So yeah. Fine, guys. So try to open up your VS Code inside that. So let's try to create something called as pandas uh, underscore one dot IPYNB and try to attach some of the kernel. So yeah, I'm going to attach some of the kernel over here. Fine. Now let's start with pandas. Let me test my kernel. So kernel is working. Fine. Shall we start, everyone? Yeah. So can I see yes, no inside a chat? Okay, fine. So everyone is saying so we can try to start with the pandas. Now here, so basically, if I'll talk about a pandas, like I said, so pandas is a library. It's a Pythonic library which is going to help you out in terms of doing a lot of EDA operation, exploratory data analysis operation. So where you can load a CSV kind of a data, Excel kind of a data, JSON kind of a data, pickle file. Also, you can try to process it over here. A lot of other binaries file you will be able to process inside a pandas, and then you will be able to do any kind of a EDA operation. So we are going to start with a small like a data set. So let me ping you one of the data set. So here is a data set link. Click on this particular link and automatically it is going to download a small data set for all of you. So just click on this link and once it is able to download a data, so just try to drag and drop that data inside a same location. So where you have a pandas file, keep it over here, right? So this is basically a Titanic data, right? One of the world's famous data set all of you will be able to find out. So here we have a Titanic data, right? And this data set is available into a CSV format, basically. CSV means comma separated format. So all of this data set inside this is available in a comma separated format. If you would like to like a double click and if you would like to load this data, so you can do that as well. So let's suppose if I'm clicking on this Titanic data set, and I'm trying to open it up into you know this Excel sheet. So this is how this data set looks like. We have a couple of columns in there, right? And then we have some sort of data inside this entire Titanic data set. So approximately 750 record minus one. So we have a header as well. So 714 record we have inside this particular data set. Now, first of all, we have to read this data. Now, once I will be able to read this data, then obviously I can try to go ahead with the operations, right? With respect to our columns or with respect to our rows, we can try to do a filter operation. We can do so many lot of like a different kind of operation with respect to this particular file that we have in our hand. So are we able to download this data, guys? Everyone? Yeah. Are we able to download? Just click on the link which I have pinged you, right? So just click on that link and you will be able to download a data immediately. Let me ping a link once again, those who are not able to download it. Yeah, I have already sent a link once again, Silva. So please check the chat and there you can find the link. Yeah. Simple. Click on that link. It will download the file. Now, this is a file. If you are going to open it up inside like a Excel sheet, so you will be able to see this kind of a file over here. Now, inside this file, data is separated by a comma. Yeah, data is separated by technically a comma. And we have to read this data. So to read this data, first of all, I have to call a pandas library, right? First, so keep our data over here and then let's try to call a pandas library. So here, to call a pandas library, what you can do, so import pandas, import pn ds pandas as pd. Pd is nothing but it's an alias. You can try to give my name, your name, doesn't matter. It's going to work for all of you. Now execute it. So if this is available, then it is not going to give you a complaint. If this is not available, so it is going to tell you that no module name pandas. Okay, not an issue. So I believe we all know what is a cure of this one. So we can try to do pip install and then pandas. And in this way, obviously pandas will be installed. So let's try to do a pandas installation. By default, it will not be available. Maybe, yeah. So here I'm going to restart my kernel just to like do a double check, and then again I will try to do a import. And because of my kernel issue, so maybe it is not able to detect. So I can try to check some other kernel maybe. Yeah. So in my other kernel, pandas is available. But yeah, if you are doing it for the very first time, so maybe pandas is not available. So I have already pinged you pip install pandas. So once pandas is available, then it's done. I will be able to do each and everything, whatever I want with respect to a pandas. Now here, so first of all, my requirement is to read a data. So unless and until I'm not able to read the data, I will not be able to do a processing of the data set. So here, if I'll call pandas dot, and then if I'm going to call read, sorry, not ps. So basically pandas dot, if I'm going to call read, so you will be able to see a read CSV option, right? Likewise, so in case of pandas, you will be able to see lot of other options as well, not just a read CSV option. You will be able to see a read from URL option, read from Excel option, read from JSON option. There are so many read option which pandas is giving you directly. So someone has already created a like a function. I just have to call it. I just have to pass my data and then bingo, things will be done. So this is how pandas is going to work. So pandas dot read, let's suppose CSV, and my data set is available into a CSV format, right? My data set is available into a CSV format. So Titanic.csv, it is available over here. So I can try to give a file name. So Titanic.csv, whatever file name that I have, so I can try to give and then execute. And this is how easy it is to read a data, as you can see. So I have just called pandas.read CSV and I'm able to read a data. Previously, we were reading a data, right, with open command, and then we were trying to give a read mode, write mode, append mode, all those modes. But here, those things are not required. It's completely fine. Pandas.read CSV. But majorly, Pandas works with your structured data, a data that you can try to represent in a tabular format. So if you have a unstructured data, again, that approach you have to follow with open, and then like open the file and then like take the data and then parse the data. But here, so as we have like this file which is available into a structured format, so I can try to use pandas easily and I will be able to read this particular file. Okay, fine. So maybe I can try to store this one into a variable called as a df. Df is nothing but a data frame. So in case of pandas, you will be able to hear this particular word called as data frame again and again and again. Even if I'm going to check what is the type of this variable df which I have created, what is the type of this variable df which I have created. So it's basically a data frame. Data frame is nothing but one type of the or one kind of a data type which is available inside a pandas, is specific to a pandas. So it is nothing but it's representation of some data into a tabular format. Eventually that is called as data frame. So there is something called as data frame. There is something called as series. We'll be talking about that as well, right? In case of Pandas data type. But yeah, so it is trying to represent all of this data in this particular manner. As simple as that, right? So in a data frame, this entire table is available. This entire data is available, which I'm able to load, and then maybe I can try to perform a different kind of a operation on top of these particular data set. So whatever data set that we have, so maybe I can try to call data frame dot head. So data frame dot head, what it will do, so it will try to basically give you first 5 records. This is what head does. So head always try to give you first 5 records. Simple, right? So it is giving me first 5 record. I can try to even say that give me only 2 first records. So it will try to give me only 2 first record, including your header. Header is nothing but column name, right? So by default, Pandas is going to consider very first record as a header. But we have an option. So let's suppose there is no header. There is no like a column name which is available inside my file. So we have an option. Basically, we have an option by which I will be able to, not consider the very first record as a header. I will be talking about that as well. Maybe not today, maybe tomorrow, but yeah, I'll be talking about all sort of a situation. Now here, so data frame dot head, I'm saying 2, so it is able to load 2 data. Now similarly, so I can say 20, so it is going to load first 20 record. Similarly, data frame is variable name dot tail. So tail is a function, and if I'm going to call tail, so it is going to load last records, right? It is going to load last record. As you can see, it is giving me 711th, 12th, and 13th record, right, from the file. As simple as that over here. Now there is a function, inbuilt function called as data frame dot shape. So what it does, so it is going to give you the shape of the data. Shape of the data means 714 rows and 8 number of columns. So this is a shape of my data, 714 cross 8. So rows and columns. So 714 rows and 8 column in total I have inside my data set. Apart from that, there is an inbuilt function called as info. So info is going to give you some sort of a information. Information wise, this is the information. So it is giving me a data column information. So 0th, 1, 2th until 7th, right? So they have a survived column, we have a passenger class column, we have a name column, we have a sex column, we have a age column, we have a fare column, we have a CVSP column, we have a patch column. So these are the column which is available inside my data set. So this is the information it is trying to give it to me, a column name. Apart from that, so it is also telling me that, so we have a 714 record and there is not null, means none of the record is null. Yeah. So by default, I will be able to get that information as well, that 714, 14, 14, 14, 14. So there is no null record over here. It is also able to identify a column label data type. In total, so this data type is data frame. Inside that we have a columns, right? Inside that we have a columns. So it is able to identify that whether we have an integer kind of a data, whether we have a float point kind of a data, or whether we have an object or technically string, Python string kind of a data. So objects is nothing but string representation, the string that we have already studied in a Python. So it's a object basically in case of a Pandas data frame. Whether we have a float kind of a data, so it is able to identify some of the things automatically without even bothering you. So this is like a how powerful this Pandas is. And as we will move in depth, you will be able to understand that Pandas is literally pretty much powerful, and it is going to make your life easy in terms of doing a lot of like a EDA operations, right? Data operations, basically analysis operation. It is going to make your life very easy, literally very. And Pandas is one of the easiest like a library to adopt and learn as well. So data type wise, so floating point, so we have 2 such records, 60 int 64, 4 such records, or 4 such column we have. Object wise, so 2 such columns we have in total. So memory use is basically 44.8 KB. This is the memory it is trying to use inside my system for now. Yeah. So this is what this info function is trying to perform. Info function is trying to do. Maybe I can try to print all the columns. So if I'm looking for just a column, so again, I will be able to extract only a column. There is an inbuilt function called as columns, which is available. So simple, your data frame or your variable where you are holding your data dot variable dot columns, and it is going to give you all the columns, and I can try to convert it into a list format. One by one, I can even do the loop operation. So I mean, like I will be having all kind of a control over here, as simple as that. Now let's suppose we have this data frame, right? We have this data frame, and out of this data frame, I would like to select some of the columns. I don't want all of this 8 column which is available over there. I would like to select some of the columns out of this data which is given to me. So how I will be able to select such kind of a columns? So simple, data frame and then bracket bracket. Yeah, variable name in whatever variable you are holding your data. So technically data type is going to be data frame type, right? So I have already given a div. Now inside this bracket, open and close bracket, so you can try to again give one more bracket, right? And here, so you can try to give a column name as it is, the column name which is available. And as we all know that Python is a case sensitive, so smaller case and uppercase and lowercase is not going to be same, by the way, right? So you can try to give a column name. So for example, I would like to select a passenger class, right? So I can try to give that column name, passenger class over here, then comma. I would like to select maybe a fare column. So passenger class and fare column, I would like to select out of this data. So I can try to write passenger class and fare. Now this is going to select a passenger class and fare. So just like a SQL table. Yeah, we try to write select like this column from this particular table. In the exact similar manner, it is working. Even inside a SQL, we work with a structured data, right? A data with a schema. Same thing, right? Same thing we are able to find out even over here. And order doesn't matter. In whatever order I would like to represent, I can represent it. It's my wish, right? I can try to keep fare like a before, passenger class after. That can be done basically, right? That can be done. So in this way, you will be able to do any kind of a column selection. Even a row and column selection you will be able to do. Even you will be able to perform an intersection operation of rows and columns. For example, if someone is going to ask you that try to select maybe this portion of the record, only this portion of the record, means intersection of these columns and these rows. It is possible in case of pandas in a very very easy manner without writing like a kind of a lengthy code. Just with half of line of the code, I will be able to select this portion of the data, or any portion of the data I will be able to select out of this entire pandas. Like I said, it's a very easy one, and like a beautiful library which people have created, and we all are using it across a data industry since a very very long time. It's one of the stable library, one of the mature library you will be able to find out with a real use case, right? With the real use case of the data analysis. Okay, so column wise, I'm able to select a column over here. That's completely fine. Even over here, I can try to run my head and say that, okay, fine. So just try to select only 5 like a records. So it will be able to select 5 records. I can say that, okay, select 10 records. It will be able to select only 10 records. As simple as that, right? It will be able to select only 10 records. So yeah, column selection is possible. Info we are able to print, column name we are able to print, data type we are able to check. Anyone who is having any confusion, anyone who is not able to follow along, yeah, ping me in a chat, please, quickly. Yes, Dhananjay is saying, I have one question. Go ahead, Dhananjay. Yeah, tell me. Anyone, guys, anyone who is having any question without any hesitation, just go ahead. So Dhananjay is saying order of the data print like index is same as data stored in Excel file. Yeah, as of now I'm using CSV file. It's not technically Excel file. So yes, order is going to be same. The order in which your data is stored inside the file. You can even do the comparison and you can get back to me. But yeah, it's actually same, exactly same. Why double bracket? I mean, like someone has created a pandas, right? And they have defined a syntaxes in that manner. But yeah, just to answer your question, why double bracket? So let's suppose if I'm writing a same thing, right? If I'm writing a same thing, if I'm going to remove this double bracket, it will give me a issue. Yeah, it is giving me an issue. So technically, if I'm using a single bracket, I can only give one column name, not a multiple one. So for example, if I'm going to give only one column name, it is going to work, even if I'm not going to use a double bracket, right? And now if you will go and check what is the data type of this one, so TYP, it is going to be a series, not a data frame, by the way. So type of this data, right? without double brackets. So technically, it's considered that as a series. See, it's a series. Series is nothing but one individual records, maybe row, maybe column, right? That is something called as like a series. So Pandas is having two data type, its own specific data type. One is a data frame, one is a series. Data frame wise means in multiple like columns starting from one. So here, if I'm going to show you maybe keeping this one inside a double bracket, data type is going to change. It's going to be data frame. Yeah, as you can see, double bracket. Data frame, a double bracket means data frame. Data frame means kind of a tabular format. And yes, most of the function that I have discussed, that is going to work with respect to a data frame. As simple as that. You are doing this operation wrong. You should not do this one. So inside one single bracket, in this way it should go. Yeah, you can keep any number of columns over here. Name, age, CBSP, pad, survived, everything you can try to put it over here and it is going to work. So maybe I'm going to keep a sex column, let's suppose. I'm going to keep maybe a survived column over here. It is going to work. See, it's going to work always. I'm able to select all of those given column. So that was a mistake that you were doing. Or random indexing like a SQL. No, it's actually a series wise indexing. Indexing it does. So the way data is available inside your file in the similar manner, it will be able to load the file as simple as that. Yeah. Okay. Fine. How to merge two data frame? First of all, try to understand how to read a data frame, how to perform a filter operation. We'll come to a merging part as well. We'll come to a merging and joining part. Both we are going to discuss. Okay. So now we are able to basically read this data from a CSV file or comma separated value file. Now let's suppose I have a data available at a URL, right? At this URL, let's suppose my data set is available. So this is my URL. This is a URL which I have already shared with you. I don't want to download the data, right? I don't want to download this data. I would like to read this data from this URL itself. That is also possible if at this URL data is actually available, right? And again, it's not going to work with all the URL. So that you will be able to understand very soon. So here I can call pandas dot and read from URL, right? So URL, this option is also available. This function is also available. So read URL, and I have given this URL directly and execute. So pandas read URL. Sorry, my bad. Read URL is not available. Read CSV. Read underscore CSV. But yeah, so instead of passing a data location, I'm passing basically a URL over here. And even in that situation, it should work. Ideally, with this data set, okay, this is basically a loader one. Fine. Let me show you this with some different operation. Titanic GitHub data set. And this is Titanic. Click on raw. Yeah. So with this kind of a raw URL, it is going to work. So where I'm able to see this kind of a data, right? So directly without even downloading a data in my system. So maybe this data set is available at this kind of a URL, which is going to provide me a raw access. So I can simply copy this URL and then I can come over here and pandas.read CSV, and instead of providing a file location, I can provide my raw link and execute and see it is able to read a data, it is able to load a data from a particular GitHub raw repository, right? So that is also possible. But again, many of you are going to try this out with a different kind of a URL. With all the URL, it is not going to work, right? With all the URL, it is not going to work. It is going to work with a specific kind of a URL which has provided you some sort of a access, raw access of the data that pandas will be able to scrap, pandas will be able to load into a local system. So yeah, I've already pinged you this read CSV with the URL, guys. So you all can execute it and then you will be able to read a data. So this is original tightening data set, by the way, right? So where you will be able to see more number of columns, which is not available in my data set that I have provided you in a file format. Yeah, so there are multiple versions of this data set people have created, but yeah, at the end of the day, I need a data set to work with. So from URL, we are able to read the data. Now, similarly, so let's suppose my data set is available into a Excel format. Yeah. So I have a data set and basically, this is my data set. Now, if you will go and check my file extension, so basically my file extension is Excel, right? Excel SS, basically. So this is my file extension, not a CSV, by the way. So I will be able to read a Excel data as well. And in case of Excel data, we have a concept of seat, right? So let's suppose this is a Sudhanshu seat, SUDH. Just focus on this bottom part, right? A seat part. Then I'm going to create maybe a SUDH, one kind of a seed or seed with my name. So there can be a multiple seeds inside SUDH. Let's suppose two I have created over here. So there can be a multiple seed which can exist inside a Excel, right? Let me copy some sort of a data in all of these seed which I have created. Yeah. Okay. Fine. So inside a Excel sheet, we'll be having multiple different kind of a sheets. So maybe SUDH with the sheet name or by default sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 if you're not going to give a name. So easily I will be able to read a data from an Excel and that too from a specific sheet with the help of Pandas. So Pandas provides you that flexibility as well. That if I have a sheet and multiple sheet inside one single Excel file, because in case of CSV, you can open up CSV into a Excel sheet format. It can render it. That's completely fine. But technically inside a CSV, you won't be having multiple sheets. But here, if there is a Excel file, obviously I can have a multiple sheets and I can try to read any of this sheet of my choice at my will. So let's do it. So let me save this sample data, which I have created inside my directory. So sample data and see the extension. So extension is Excel SX. Technically, it's a Excel file that I'm talking about. And the previous file was basically a CSV file. And even I have shown you that how I will be able to read a data from a particular URL. Yeah, from a particular URL. So now here, what and how we'll be able to read a data from an Excel sheet. Let me upload this data for all of you. Let's see if I can do it. So sample data. Network disconnected, file name sample data.excel is not able to go inside your directory. Okay, so let me load it inside my drive somewhere. Fine, guys. So I've just loaded inside the drive, and this is a drive link that you will be able to find out inside your chat. So yeah, just like download it. So this is the sample data.excel, and you can create your own Excel. So everyone is having Excel in their system, right? So just go ahead, create a multiple sheets over there, keep some sort of a data inside all of these Excels, and then try to read it. It will work all the time. So here, if I have to read a data from a Excel, so what we can do, I can simply say pandas dot read and then underscore excel. So this is something which is already available. Now here, so I can try to provide a location of an Excel file. So Excel is basically sample, SMPLE, sample underscore data. So this is my Excel file name. So this is already available. So I'm just trying to read it. And then here, so there is an option called as seat name. Yeah, seat name. So let's suppose if I would like to read a data from seat 0, seat 1, seat 2, seat 3, so I can try to give that particular name. So what is the name of my first seat, by the way? So let's suppose my first seat name is SUDH, and then SUDH1, then SUDH2. These are my seat name. So from like this SUDH seat, I would like to read a data, right? Seat name is equal to SUDH, and this is my file which is already available over here. If your file is available somewhere else, in that case, give a fully qualified path. Now, if I'm going to execute it, so as you can see from this seat SUDH, it is able to read this entire data. Similarly, so if I would like to read a data from seat number 2, right, which is SUDH1, which the name which I have given to my seat. So yeah, this is the data which is available, quite like a bit smaller data, right? I'm trying to keep inside my SUDH1. You can even go and cross verify, and I have already shared the file with you. So this is our data. It is able to read out from the SUDH1. So this is what I was talking about. So with respect to pandas, it's pretty much easy. It's pretty much easy, in terms of, reading all this structured kind of a file. So are we able to do it, guys? Everyone? Yeah. Are we able to do it? Yeah, so missing optional dependency, open LXC, use a pip conda. Yeah, if it is giving you this dependency, maybe you can try to do a pip install open Excel with the previous version, or maybe if you have a like older version, then it might give you this kind of a issue. In that case, simple solution is do the installation. Generally, it should not give you this issue. Okay, working after pip, fine. Then it will work all the time. Only like for the very first time in a particular environment, you have to do the installation. Working, sir, able to read. Yeah, so just try to read all those files one by. Okay, fine. So once this is working, maybe we can go ahead with a little bit more of a data processing, by the way, by using a Titanic data set itself, and then we'll like, try to touch a different kind of a data for a different kind of a data processing. Shall we move ahead, guys? Everyone? Yeah. So yes, okay. All of you have confirmed. All of you are able to do a data processing. That's great. Fine. I will be using Titanic for today. But yeah, so as we will progress, I'll keep on taking a different kind of a file. Titanic is just for teaching purpose initially, right? So I have a data frame. What happened? It is converting it into a markdown. No, I don't want. I want as a code. Okay. So data frame, and still I have this Titanic data set. So let's try to perform some sort of operation with respect to this Titanic data set itself. So now eventually we are able to learn that how to read a CSV file, how to read a Excel sheet, and how to read a data from even a URL. So if raw data has been exposed and it's been separated by some of the delimiter. So CSV I can process. Apart from CSV, I can even try to process some other data. So where like my delimiter is different. Maybe at the rate is going to be delimiter, maybe a space is going to be delimiter, means data separator, right? So even in that situation, I will be able to read a data. Now here, right? So here, let's suppose we have a survived column. So in case of survived, we have a 0 and we have 1. Yeah. So 0 means not survived, let's suppose, and 1 means survived. So I think we all know about Titanic ship, right? So there is a like a movie and a lot of stories which we all are aware about. So here inside we have a survived column, and inside survive we have 0 1 0 1 0 1, something like that. Now, someone told me that try to filter out a data. Yeah, someone told me that try to filter out a data from this data frame, from this Titanium data set. So, where survived is equal to 1. Yeah, so try to give me kind of a report or try to give me a kind of a data. So, where survived is equals to 1. So, how I will be able to write that kind of a condition? Let me show you that part. So we have a data frame, we have a column over here, survived. We can see 0 1 0 1 0 1 is available. So I can write data frame. And then first of all, let's try to like select this survived column. Yeah. In a series manner. And then we can try to write equal to 1. So wherever survived is equal to 1. Yeah. Execute it. So wherever survived is equal to 1, it will give you true. Yeah, it is giving me true. So this is what it means, by the way, right? So wherever condition is going to be means this condition is going to be successful. It is giving me true, 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 true. My requirement is to filter out a data, filter out such kind of a data, right? So what I will do, I'll try to wrap it up with again a data frame. Means so from this data frame, the outer one, try to filter out a data based on this internal condition. So means you can write a condition internally. Previously, we were writing a column name. Similarly, so we are writing a condition on a column that, okay, so this is the condition. Now give me the data. And as you can see, so wherever survived is equals to 1, it is able to give me a data. Right, everyone? Yeah. So I'm able to write a condition over here. Very, very simple. Let's suppose someone is asking me a question that try to filter out all the data. So where age was less than 18. Yeah, age is less than 18. I can do that as well. So here, if someone is going to ask me a question that try to filter out the data where age was lesser than 18, yeah, lesser than or equal to 18. So again, data frame, and I can write maybe age over here, age column name, and then I can say that lesser than equal to 18. I can try to give this kind of a filter, and eventually it should be able to pull the data based on this condition. So here all the ages are now lesser than 18, right? Lesser than or equal to 18, it is able to filter out that data based on the condition which I have written over here. I can write multiple conditions as well, right? So for example, someone is looking for a record from this this particular data frame. So where uh, someone is lesser than 18 and survived. So both the condition should be fulfilled. Survive means survive is equal to 1. So I have to filter out all of those data, right? All of those data. So where survived is equals to 1 and then age is lesser than equal to 18. So technically I have to write two conditions over here. This is what we are looking for, right? Okay, not an issue. I can write that condition as well. So data frame bracket, inside that we are going to write a condition. Yeah. Inside this we are going to write a condition. So very first condition, data frame, right? And survived. So here survived SUR. Let me copy the column name. So this is my column name. Yeah, data frame survived. Survived is equal to 1. It should be equal to 1. And right, so I can write and condition just like a for loop. We all have learned, right? So even in case of for loop, we can write a multiple condition. Even in case of a comprehension, we can write a multiple subsequent conditions. So data frame survived is equal to 1, and data frame age age is lesser than equal to 18. So I can try to write a condition and just try to wrap it up inside a bracket. That will be better so that it removes a confusion. So wrap it up inside this one, this particular bracket, right? This particular bracket, and then execute. So here I'm able to get a data based on both of these conditions. I have applied and, by the way, right? So wherever it is going to fulfill both the condition, it is going to show me the data. So you will be able to find out survived is equal to 1 and then age is lesser than 18. So this is our data. Means people who have survived and whose age was lesser than 18. This is a data which I am able to pull down. Fine, guys? Yes? Are we able to get it? Are we able to apply the filter? Okay, Rakesh Singh question. Yeah, Rakesh, go ahead with the question. Yeah. So likewise, we can write any kind of a lengthy condition over here and maybe on a multiple like columns, and it will be able to pull the data. So generally, it's a like it's an alternative of a SQL that people have designed so that Python people will be able to write things in this manner, and without writing much line of a code, they will be able to process the data. Yeah. Series is must for the condition. So see, this one means condition whenever you are trying to write. So obviously you are going to write on one single column and then maybe like multiple condition in such a way. So yes, over there. So basically series you can think as a one single like a records, maybe a row, maybe a one single column. So yes, that is important. Otherwise condition is not going to work. Okay, now move ahead. Yeah, let's move ahead. So here we are able to write multiple like conditions, and based on multiple condition we are able to filter out the data set. That looks cool, right? That looks cool. Now let's suppose we have to add a new column, right? We have to add a new column inside this data frame. Yeah, data frame we have to add new column. So maybe I have to add a discounted fair kind of a column. So we have a fair column over here. I want to create one more column. So where it should add a discounted fare, maybe 10% discount, 20% discount, depends like what kind of a logic we are going to write. Or maybe some column I would like to create, so where it is going to combine some other things and then it is going to keep it over there. So I can try to create a new column as well. How? Let me show you that particular part. So data frame, right? And then you can try to basically give a new column name. New, let's suppose I'm giving column underscore SUDH, right? This is a column which I'm going to create, let's suppose. So this is a new column name which I have given. Now this column doesn't even exist over here. If I'm going to give old column name, it will override. Yeah, it will override. But yeah, so I have given a new column as SUDH name. And inside that new column, right? Inside that new column, so I would like to uh, keep maybe like you can say what I should keep like maybe okay, so maybe fair and a discount, 10% discount on top of that. Maybe that is something which I would like to keep over there. So I can do that part as well. So let's suppose or maybe let me just create a simple column which is nothing but a duplicate of existing one. So this new column Sudhanshu is going to be data frame, and then let's suppose I would like to hold age over there, right? Age over there. So I can try to hold it. So now if I'm going to show you my data frame, you will be able to find out that new column Anshu with the age is been created. Yeah, with the age is been created. Simple, right? And so this new column has been created. Now, like I said, so if I would like to perform some operation and then if I would like to store, not an issue at all. So maybe age and then into 2, I can say, right? So now here, if I'm going to show you my data frame, so age into 2. Like I said, so if I have a fare, I would like to apply 10% of discount, right? And then I would like to store over there. I can do that as well. So maybe I can try to copy this, right? And I can create a new column. So new column or maybe a fare underscore 10, 10 discount. This is a column that I'm going to create. And then here I'm going to call a fare, right? FARE, fair column, and then I would like to apply 10% discount. So then 0.90 execute. And then if I'm going to show you my data frame, so here you will be able to find out fair 10 discount, and this is the data, which is nothing but a 90% of the fare, which is after applying 10% of discount. I'm able to create. So this is how easy calculation wise, or maybe if you would like to do some sort of operation. So operation wise, this is how easy it is technically, right? This is how easy it is. So you all will be able to perform such kind of operation. Now, so people are saying that is it a temporary or is it a permanent one? So if you will go and check your data, I mean like it is not going to change anything in your actual file, in your actual data, right? And here, so as long as your kernel will be alive, this particular kernel, this particular instance will be alive, so this data will be available inside this data frame variable. As simple as that, right? So that's the reason, so I'm able to call it. Once I'm going to close it, it will be gone, right? It will be gone. So maybe I can try to store this new data in some new file. That is also possible. So maybe I can try to call over here data frame dot, maybe like uh, save CSV. So here tightening modifies CSV, index is equals to false, execute, data frame has no attribute. Data frame has no attribute. Uh, Read CSV or CSV. There is a function called as to CSV. Yeah, this is the function. This is the exact function. So there is a function called as to CSV. So with the help of this to CSV, you will be able to store our data. So wherever you would like to store it. So as you can see, I am able to create a new file, and inside that, now you will be able to find out my discounted fair column and new column Gansu as well. But yeah, like I said, so it will be available. This df variable is available as long as your kernel is alive. So once your kernel will die, entire things will be gone. So to do that, you have to persist your data. So you can try to persist your data just by calling to CSV or to JSON, to Excel. All of these options are available to you, right? So in whatever file format you would like to store your data, you all will be able to store it in a easiest possible manner. Very, very simple, right? It's not at all a big deal to store a data. Fine, everyone. Yeah. So what is the meaning of this index is equal to false? So see, I'll show you two things. Let me copy this part. And tightening modified one. I'm going to store a data in this one. So see, by default, what happens is that whenever you are trying to read a data, so this is the index. This is the index starting from 0. So Python or Pandas library itself is going to give it to you. So this is not a part of my original data. So when I have loaded my data, then only it has assigned this kind of a indexes, just like a list, right? Even in case of a list 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and even in a reverse order. So it try to give you a list indexes. So this is the indexes. Now here, if I'm going to say that index is equal to false, it simply means that it is not going to store this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I'm going to say that index is equals to true, index is equals to true, right? You will be able to see this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 indexes as well. So execute, and let's try to open up this data. And here, so 0, 1, 2, 3, just look into the very first record, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Index is also available. But here, this index will not be, index is equals to true I have given. Yeah, an index is not available here. So here survived 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. It's available, but in this file, we have index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on. All of these indexes are available. That is the meaning of index is equal to true, index is equal to false. So if you're keeping true, it will store these indexes as well. These indexes as well. If it is going to be false, then in that case, it is going to store only a data part, not an index part. Okay, now Control S. Yeah. Moving ahead. So we are able to do a couple of operations now. So let me show you. And we have a data frame, and column wise we are able to add. We are able to add it after manipulating a data. That's also okay. Maybe I can try to show you. We have basically a age column, right? We have a age column, and we have like a different kind of a age. Now I would like to showcase this result based on the age column. So where age should be available, or maybe according to age column. So age should be available either in ascending order or maybe into a descending order, right? So in this way, I would like to showcase the entire data set. I just wanted to know that, okay, fine. So who was the youngest one, who was the eldest one in a data set itself. So I can do that part as well. So what I can do, I can try to call my data frame, and then I can try to call, basically there is a function called as sort value by age ascending is equals to false. Now if you will go and check your age, so ascending, so it is showing you all the age into a descending order, right? Because ascending is equal to false, so in a descending order. So the, like a person with maximum age on a very first record, for very first record, and then like a next. Now, similarly, so this is basically sort of value does. If I would like to like make it true, so now you will be able to see age into a ascending order, right? So starting from the minimum age and then so on. So similarly, you can like fire these things on a fair column, on any other column. So where you have a, you have to showcase something into ascending order, something into a descending order. So that can be possible, that you can try to do it. Yeah, that you can try to do it. Now let's suppose I have to do a count. Yeah, there is a case so where I have to do a count. So how many male do we have and how many female do we have? That is a kind of a count operation that we have to perform. Even for that, so there is a like a beautiful function which has been given to you. So for example, how many male do we have and how many female do we have in a file, passenger wise? So what I can do, I can try to call basically a data frame, and then I can try to call a sex column name over here, and then I can try to call value underscore count. Inbuilt function, very useful. All of you are going to use it again and again. So here, just with the help of this value underscore count, I'm able to understand that total number of male inside this data set is 453. Total number of female is equals to 261. Similarly, if I would like to like see that how many people are able to survive and how many people are not able to survive. So maybe I can try to like do over here is you are survived. Yeah. So people who were not able to survive was 424 and people who were able to survive is 290, right? So this is again value underscore count. So basically it is trying to do a group by count operation. So internally, if you'll go and check, so it is trying to perform a group by count operation. So it is trying to find out the distinct values in a particular column name that I have given, grouping it, counting into one group, and then giving you a result. Technically, value underscore count internally calls group underscore or group by operation. Group by like a count operation, it is going to basically call it, right? Call it. Okay, so now, is it making sense, guys? Yeah. Are we able to follow? Can we use data frame as a SQL table to run like a select query? Yeah. So that is something which I have shown you, right? You can do everything that you can do inside a SQL. So basically, you can say it's a SQL for a Python people. Even easier than that. So once you will start writing it, right, you will find out that it's literally very easy. The way people have created these functions and this entire Pandas library, it's literally very easy in terms of processing even a complex of complex like a records, a structured record, by the way. Yeah. So this is how this entire things has been designed, by the way. Okay, so hope this is making sense to all of us. So like I said, guys, so today I will be leaving a bit early because of family pressure. So I'll continue from here itself. I'll continue with the pandas. I have to show you so many files, so many like a different complex operation, very complex operation. The way we do it inside a SQL, right? But yeah, easier to do it in a pandas. So that is something which I am going to resume from tomorrow. Yeah. I'm not going to give you any kind of a task for today. I have already given you a task till yesterday. So tomorrow I'll give you a multiple different kind of file. And then I will ask you to perform a EDA operation. So many EDA operation I'm going to ask you to perform, and which is going to be a task. So with that, thank you so much, everyone. Take care. Just try to like, look into these things that I have discussed today and come back tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll try to pick from the same point. Is it fine, everyone? Can I get yes? Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Good time with the family. Yeah, it's called as pressure. So yeah. Okay, fine, everyone. Thank you so much. I'll take a leave. Yeah, I'll take a leave now. So with that, thank you so much. Take care.